a different scenario.
Yeah, it's people typically treat you how you put yourself out there. So, but with women, they don't understand is that men cannot objectify you unless you objectify yourself first. And this is where Islam solves this issue because it protects woman's modesty. Okay, and the reality is that it's very difficult for a man when he sees a beautiful woman and her beauty is being shown to be impartial and take her seriously. Let's just be honest here. They're going to look at her as a sexual object to a degree. This is why they want her to cover her hair. This is why they don't want her to show her figure, etc. It's to protect her from the dark side of male sexuality. Right? Because when men look at an attractive girl and her body's out there, what do they think? Well, immediately their head goes into the gutter.
And sometimes it's hard even for them to have a good conversation.
Exactly.
Or they're distracted.
They're gonna think, wow, she's really smart and all this other stuff. No, they're immediately going to sexualize her. And if you don't believe that, then you don't live in reality. You know what I mean? And at least first, that's the first thing that hits you is the looks. But if she comes in and she dressed modestly or whatever, then you're going to be more attentive to what she has to say because you're not so concerned with what you see.
And that's why for me, I talk about this a couple of times, especially with Hamza and even with Luke Belmore, and even Iman. I told him as well, like, for me, I'm gonna do an arranged marriage. So I don't know how much you guys know about that, but in our community,
what is an arranged marriage, Mark? I know you know.
I'm sure you've got the option many times.
Yeah, my parents have been trying to do it for years, bro.
They showed you on the iPad, like, listen, you have this cousin, this cousin back in Sudan maybe or wherever. They're like, you have this cousin, you have this. But
you guys marry your cousins?
No, so it's not necessarily it has to be a cousin. It can be a cousin, but most time for me, it's gonna be like a family friend or.
Will you marry a cousin?
Or like maybe a cousin's cousin, but like there's no relation.
Back in the day, it used to be like you could do a cousin or whatever. Obviously, hell no, not now. But it's they'll say that where like they'll be a close family friend and they'll refer to them as an uncle, then they'll say it's a cousin, but it's really not.
It's just it's a figure of speech when you say cousin.
It's a figure of speech.
But there are people who marry. Do you think that's very weird?
I'm not marrying my cousin.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's kind of different. Marrying a cousin is crazy.
Well, I mean, if you
marrying a cousin is kind of different. I'm not. I'm not used to all that.
Let me ask you this: if you had like a perfect cousin, but like perfect, like every ticks all the boxes.
I'm good on that, man. I'll find another girl.
I'm about to say facts. I'll pass on that.
Arrange a different girl.
What if it's like a third cousin? Still no?
No first through 10.
I most definitely know what arranged marriage is. Extreme distance cousin. I wouldn't anything related.
Yeah, I'm not doing it, but I don't like. They're gonna get mad at me for saying this. I don't. Some Sudanese girls are hot, but yeah, typically not my preference.
Yeah, not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Anyways, so I think that for me, when you have a girl that's obviously raised with the right values, let's say, for example, my mom, she goes to the mosque, right? And she goes on the women's side. The women and men are obviously segregated. Yeah. And she finds women there who are going to the mosque. And she knows their parents who have raised them with the right values, right principles from the day one, you know?
Yep.
You know, they know about, like, they know about life. They know about values and what
their
morals and principles that they should stand by. So that's very important for me. Like, in the Western culture, I've noticed that, like, let's say even once you get married, let's say if it's arranged marriage, the families are merged, right?
I line the candy. I'm my fault. Extreme, like a third, fifth cousins, but fuck, bro, I don't think I could do that. If I know it's my cousin,
tell us, like, you know.
If I don't know it's my cousin, like, yeah, but it got to be like my third, fifth cousin. If I don't know, then it's a possibility, bro. But I think,
and by the way, you can go on Google right now and search what is the divorce rate for an arranged marriage. Look it up right now. 4%. 4%.
Yep.
And it even says right under
over
that
50% in America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A flip of a coin, strike of luck. So what I'm saying is, if you have the opportunity that you have a woman who, like, is from your mom's side or from your dad's side, like your dad, like, tells your family, friends, and when the families are merged, I don't know if it's possible in all communities, but for me, it's very viable. My brother did it, my cousins all did it. None of them have really any problems. Everyone's smooth. In fact, the people in the family who didn't do it, they're the ones who have, like.
Yeah.
And also another thing is so let's say, as I said, the families are merged, yeah? The girl has a fight with you. She goes to her mom. Her mom's an experienced, someone who's been married 30, 40 years. Gonna be like, listen,
let's switch to the
video,
topic.
They may be or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and they want to be more successful, you know? they're starting out. They see Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate inspired a lot of people to want to
Kevin
have nice
Gates.
things, make a lot of money.
Yep.
And
My mom funny as hell. She be telling my 25-old cousin, I don't call a female a woman unless they act like one.
That's the best
Damn.
thing, to follow your morals and principles. What I like about Muslim people is they don't believe in making money in any false way. They don't believe
Yes.
in scamming. They don't believe in doing any
Robbery.
sneaky thing, weird interests, things that's not Islamic at all. So I think following, I think
Gambling.
what's helped me a lot
Should I get a green screen?
is
Like,
praying.
I want a green screen. I'm moving, like my dad and shit next month. I'm gonna set up my room. I'm gonna set up my background and off, y'all, bro. Some LED lights. We gonna get a Peewee sign, bro. I'm gonna get a I'm gonna set
Every
up the
day.
background.
That got rid of a lot of my, like, I had mental health, like, nonsense stuff.
He said, yeah, my
beforehand.
mom
I
mad
was
blunt.
just like,
Yeah, we need more like
like this and like
So
this
you
is
need
more
dumb.
moms like
I didn't
that.
have a clear direction, and so there was a lot of wasted time. I would spend time like smoking weed a lot. I would spend time thinking, or
you didn't have an outlet.
yeah, I didn't have any proper guidance, and I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do. So there was a lot of time that I was spending with a bunch of degenerate stuff that was not focused on my mission and my purpose.
Yeah.
And once I started having a clear direction and knowing what I'm supposed to do and doing the right thing, that's when everything started to make sense in the rest of my life.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think a big
ahead.
reason why I was able to make something myself is, number one, I never focused on girls throughout my 20s, right? And then also, I've never done a drug in my life, never smoked weed, never did anything.
Nice.
Right. And then the other thing too
You
is
never
that
you don't drink.
no, very rarely. I have drank in the past, haram, I know. But
That's true. He
but
barely.
if I do, it's very rare. So I would say like
Only time he was drinking was when we was on that yacht party. Myron had the big bottle in his hand. Oh, he had a big golden bottle and stuff, bro. I would spend time thinking. I mean, okay, drinking is only bad is if you get drunk. I think it's against. I think that's a red flag inside the Muslim religion. If you drink, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me.
things that really kept me away from doing anything stupid was I was an athlete. I played sports in college, where I was a Division I athlete. I rode. And then I never did a drug
I can't
in my
wait to
life.
tell my
Never smoked
story
weed,
on the
none of that
podcast,
stuff.
yeah.
And then I drank very rarely. Even to this day now, as an adult, like I drink very rarely, if ever. So if you get rid of like
the
stupid
Bible says
distractions
not
like
to
that,
drink.
you'll be amazed at how productive you'll be.
Yeah.
And then throughout my 20s,
I don't have that many distractions either, honestly. That's probably why I'm on the right path.
I didn't really chase girls like that.
Oh, yes, I do.
You know, I
But
dealt with
still,
girls
I
here or there,
ignore
but in my 20s, especially like I would say from 23 to like 28, 29.
Oh, Marty, you a Christian?
Yeah, I was on the southwest border chasing after cartel people.
Yeah.
You know, with drugs and human trafficking and guns and all this other stuff. So I was really focused on like building my career and becoming a better agent. But I learned a lot of like life lessons from that job, which
What'd
is
you
why
do for fun back then?
nothing. Like I would go to the gym and train and maybe watch some documentaries here or there. I played Overwatch a decent amount. Like I played video games back
Gaming,
then.
that was your vice.
That was my vice
Okay.
back then. But like now,
You don't game anymore, right?
no, I
No
quit.
time,
I
yeah.
quit. Yeah, I quit video gaming in like 2019 when I moved to Miami. But
Now girls are your new video game.
Only time I play the
I would
game
say
chat
a little bit.
is if I'm networking.
But I don't think you think
Or
you
on
need to have
screen.
a vice.
I don't think you need to. I
But
see.
you tend to.
I'm the type of person. See, that when we talk about this stuff, I'm like, I would be so bored. Like if I had an arranged marriage, like I'm trying to like picture my life, like marrying my third cousin, and like
But that's
the
what arranged
marriage
marriage is?
is all aligned and it makes sense, and the families are going back and forth, and I'm like the amount of time I spend womanizing and just doing, partying. I drink.
What is this man drinking? That look
I'm
good.
like, bro, I can't imagine.
What is he drinking?
That's how I need to rewire my brain
But
because
that
I'm
looks
just
good.
used
I ain't
to
gonna cap.
having that reward system and chasing dopamine to
Well,
that
not
level.
like the
Yeah,
BS ones, but yes, no arranged marriage.
It's so
isn't
much
just 'cause-
fun.
oh.
It is, but it is short-term
Oh, so
fun.
what
And there's
is
a lot
it?
of times where you finish and you're just like, okay.
It's the fun that makes you sadder after.
Yeah, I was talking to Myron, like we were walking back from the podcast one night. I'm like, what's the point of this? Like I was, like the girls and the short-term stuff. It's like, well, it feels good, but like the point of sex is to procreate. It's to have kids, and like we're doing this shit. Like there's no point. It's just sad. It's like gaming, literally. And gaming is just like you're constantly looking for the next level up, but it doesn't do anything. There's no actual point to it. So why waste time doing it?
What I've typically learned is things that give you upfront pleasure typically almost always lead to
100%.
back end pain.
100%,
but
yeah.
things that give you pain
Pain
upfront,
upfront, they give you pleasure
typically give
later.
you back end
Yeah.
pleasure, right?
That's
Whether
true.
it's building a business, saving
okay.
money, gratifying, going to the gym. Delayed gratification is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the gym is so important, especially in today's day and age where we live in an instant gratification world. The gym is one of the few things left where you have to exercise this ability to have delayed gratification.
Yeah, nobody hit the gym no more for some
but
reason.
yeah, man, I think a lot of guys need to take their 20s and grind. Like that's what I did, and that's why I was able to kind of build myself up to a point. Like
that's
now
what we
I'm
done
just
right
kinda
now,
trying
Chad. That's what you gonna
start
do.
to
I'm
enjoy the
already.
fruits of my labor.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, throughout my 20s, I remember like sleeping on the mattress on the floor, right, and like waking up at 2 in the
That's
morning,
what
3
makes
in the
this
morning.
sport now enjoyable. If you had not done that, this would not be
You have
enjoyable.
to,
Bro, I'm telling y'all, this will make it so fun for me, bro. The late night streams with nobody talking in the chat. The me up till 10, 12 in the morning, bro. Working my butt off on the business, bro. It's just these days that I enjoy just sitting back, bro. The days I'm struggling trying to get something to eat. Paycheck to paycheck pays that I was getting paid. Bro, these the days, bro. You're gonna look back. I'll be on a podcast just talking my stuff one day, bro. I knew this moment. Like, I could picture, bro. I'm already done it, buddy. They'll be mans, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. If you're a supporter of mine, bro, hey, bro, we don't take that haram ass route with the drink and the smoke. Fuck the girls right now. Build your value. And let's be great, bro. Let's hit the gym. Let's get some bread. Let's be great, bro.
yeah, you